I'm Zoe Cunningham and I'm here with backgammon player Neil Davidson. Hi Neil.
Hello Zoe.
Welcome to the London Open.
Thank you.
Why are you playing in the London Open?
Well, I just think backgammon's the best game of all. And I love it, and it's a chance really to see people. It's not as popular as poker for some reason, and probably because it's not televised so much, but it's a great chance to see some old friends, and it's a fantastic atmosphere. So it's really nice to be here.
And where do you usually, you're London based, are you? Do you play a lot of backgammon in London, or do you play internationally?
Well, to say I'm an international back is probably an overstatement, but I have been overseas to play backgammon, and I used to run this tournament in Zakynthos. So yeah, it's been part of my life since I was 17 years old. So it's been one of the best parts of my life. I've loved it. I play occasionally now. I actually play more poker than backgammon because there's more of that going on. But it's nothing like as good a game. I think backgammon is the best game, and this is a really big event in London, which I enjoy coming to because you get lots of people, lots of competition, and actually usually you get a good run for your money because you get lots of play.
Do you think lots of backgammon players play poker and vice versa?
I think they tend to go together. It's the same sort of mind that has logistics and not logistics, numbers and so on. I think applies to poker. And it's also people, I think they're both very competitive, and I think they're both probably the cruelest games available. So they all crush you at times, and they also make you feel great at times. So they give you the highs and the lows. So I think probably they fit in pretty well, and normally bridge is another one which probably fits in, but not quite so much.
Lovely. And so why is backgammon the best one?
Well, I always put, it's a rather sort of deep way of looking at backgammon, but it's the best analogy for life I can think of. There are times when you cut your losses and you run, and there are times you press home the advantages and you win. And you've got the magical mix between ego and skill. So someone who's less skillful, who has a few wins, suddenly gets their ego out of control, and vice versa. So I think it's a really good way of assessing, of managing luck, of actually finding out how you can strategize things, to be very swift at changing your strategies. So every role you have can change your strategy completely. Not that I'm a great player, but even I have changed strategies from time to time. And it's also one of those games where you're never absolutely sure you can win until the very last moment. So I've had games where I've had one man to go, I've been hit at the last moment, and another person's got all 15 men off before I've got my last man off. So it's incredible reverses of fortune. It's very competitive, but hopefully friendly competition most of the time. And there's also a world, to be honest with you, where there's lots of eccentrics. And I like that because it's part of my life. I enjoy meeting different people, eccentric people. It's different to business, and it's a refreshing change for me.
Tell us about some of the biggest backgammon eccentrics then. Who's the most eccentric backgammon player?
Well, I might make a few enemies here, but there was a person I remember when I first started, and we went to play in the World Championships at Monte Carlo. There was a lady who used to put a needle down the centre of a cigarette, which meant the ash wouldn't fall off. So while she was playing you, she'd smoke the cigarette, and all your attention was focused on this ash getting longer and longer until eventually it fell off. She'd also occasionally say her bra strap had gone just to throw your attention. Yeah. But it's a game which I think it also suits at times obsessive compulsives. So an obvious move can take 5 minutes for some people, and it's a psychological battle, I think. And I think the actual ability to stay calm and centred and not get thrown by the variances in luck is a major part of actually being a good overall backgammon player. So you will get knocked out first round lots of times, but if you stick at it and you're good enough, you will have the occasional win, and it does reward skill, and people with a lot of work into it as well through the various computer programs and so on.
I think this psychological aspect is very interesting for backgammon. So what do you do to help yourself keep on top of it psychologically while you're playing?
Well, I believe I'm Harry Potter with the dice. So when I'm throwing well, I don't think anyone can touch me. And I do throw more than my fair share, I think, of good dice. And I love the game. So winning or losing to me isn't all important. I love the game, I love the competition. So I like to think even when I lose, I might feel a bit upset for about 30 seconds. But after that, it's great. What I like is a good game. So I'd much rather, well, I'm not sure this is true, but I'd much rather have a good game where I just lose on match point, but it's a fantastic game, than something which is a walkover, because the challenge is actually in the play. All the rest of it is just an added bonus.
And then just to finish, who do you think is going to win the London Open?
Well, I think someone Sean has a very good chance. I think Raj is probably right up there. Raj Jansari is a very good chance. My friend John Broomfield's always there or thereabouts. Peter Bennett I've just seen come in, and he's always hanging around the cups. So, I mean, there's a lot of very good players here, and I think there's probably, and it'll probably be someone we haven't even thought about who wins it. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Thank you very much, Neil, and best of luck.
Thank you very much.